When Jesus hung on the cross and those two guys were hanging next to him, he didn't look at them and ask them what their crimes are. He said, Father, forgive them, for they know not what they've done. And I just wish that the rest of the world could see these individuals like I see them, as children of God. What led me to become an advocate, my church, Passion Community Church, had launched a campus inside Nottoway Correctional Center. And at that time, my ex-husband was the pastor, and he had done 12 and a half years in prison in Arizona. And so we launched a campus, and I told him that I would go with him one time, but I would never go back. There was a lot of fear for me there. In my mind, I was going to be in a prison with 1,200 inmates and no way to escape if something happened. I think I held on to so much before that, and I wasn't willing to forgive the guy who killed my friend or the guy who raped me. I was just not willing to do that. And in that journey of going inside and meeting these men, I realized what redemption and forgiveness looks like. And when those 120 guys walked in for church that night, I saw children of God. And they were the most beautiful human beings I had ever met in my entire life. There were some tragedies that happened along the way in those couple of years of my own life. My daughter was really, really deep in her addiction. I was driving to work one day, and she called me, and she was talking all kinds of crazy nonsense, like none of it made sense. And so I asked her, I said, where are you at? And she wouldn't tell me. And so I called Sincere and Angel. Angel and I went to church inside. He was at Nottoway, so we went to church, and that's how we knew each other. I called them, and it was 6:30 or 7 in the morning, and I said, and of course by this time they know Savannah, they've met her, they love her, that's their niece, and so I tell them, I said, I don't know where she's at, and she won't tell me, and she's talking and not making any sense, so she's obviously strung out on whatever. Sincere said, let me call her. So Sincere got a hold of her, and she told Sincere where she was at, and she wouldn't tell me. And so Sincere and Angel were on their way to work that morning, and they had just gotten pardoned. They just started their jobs, and they dropped what they were doing to go get her. Those guys in there walked beside me. They loved me, they prayed for me. They prayed when I couldn't pray. And those guys truly became my brothers. Anyways, after I'd been there about 3 years, I decided that they needed a voice out here. They needed someone to fight for them like they fought for me. And so I left Nottoway volunteering after 3 years and came out here and just got in the trenches. Chesterfield Jail has a program inside of it, and it's called HARP, which is Helping Addicts Recover Progressively. Most of the crimes that happen are related around addiction, one way or another. I wish that I could take all of society. I wish that I could take this parole board. I wish that I could take these senators, put them in a room, and show them that they're not who you read about in that news article or who you're reading about in that police record, court documents. The God that I serve is about second chances and redemption. And I could see that in them. They weren't their worst mistake. Virginia needs a second chance.